What's up, guys? This is Hetsumi and I'm coming to you with a brand new deck profile, and today I want to show you guys my legendary Fisherman deck profile. This deck is a lot of fun. It's a really cheap deck. You can pick up the majority of these cards for under 50 cents each. It's really easy to just pick up this deck and go. It's a fun deck, especially if you're a fan of the original anime, just because this is Mako's deck. So let's get into it. So first, we're playing 3 Legendary Fisherman, the original. Unfortunately, you have to play 3. He is by far the worst card in the deck. It's just, he's immune to spells, which can be useful, I guess, but he's and he can't be targeted for attacks while you control Umi, but you need him. Unfortunately, you need him. Next of the better Legendary Fisherman, 3 Legendary Fisherman 2. While on the field, he is treated as the Legendary Fisherman, so it's basically you're playing 6 copies of this guy, but this guy's better. Or while he's in the graveyard. And then while Umi is on the field, he's unaffected by other monster effects, so that's actually really useful. Also, if he's destroyed by battle or card effect, you get to search 1 level 7 water monster from your deck to your hand. So that's really good. Finally, the big ol' fuck you, the Legendary Fisherman 3. Love this card so much. He's a little towers. Basically, you tribute a Legendary Fisherman from your side of the field. Not a Legendary Fisherman monster, but a monster that is called the Legendary Fisherman. So either 2 while his effects are in play or the original one. To special summon him from your hand to the field. And then when he's special summoned, you can banish all monsters your opponent controls. And then during the once per turn, you can return 1 of your opponent's banished cards to the graveyard, and the first battle damage you do that turn, it is doubled. However, when he banishes monsters by his effect, he can't attack that turn, so just be aware of that. He's also unaffected by all cards, so the only way you're outing this guy is by Kaiju or by destroying him. Yeah, this is just a ridiculous. This card's just ridiculous. I love this card to pieces. Next, we're playing 3 Warrior of Atlantis. This is actually a really useful card. Basically, you use this guy to search out a Legendary Ocean, which counts as Umi always. And he's a water monster, so you can play more Ray of Greed and fix your hands in the case that you needed to, which this deck can have a problem with. Next, we're playing a little bit of an engine, I guess. 3 Psyframe Gear Gamma and 1 Driver. So you do some searching in this deck, and you do not want to be Ghost Ash, because if you are ashed, you will lose that turn. This deck is not that fast. You don't want your Pot of Desires ashed or anything. You want to negate their ash as soon as possible, and it gives you a free Omega or any other level 8 synchro, other than the Aura Whale, which you can use, which you can summon in other ways, and Aura Whale is really good in this deck. So it's just a really good counter. If you don't have ash, this is the budget option to pick up. I think at most this engine's like 25 bucks. I think that was at its high point. It's probably gone down, so it's more like 15 or 16. So yeah, next we're playing 3 Gamma Seal. You don't usually see 3. You need 3, just because if you open up 2, it's not terrible, especially because you can just tribute over the second one, and it's also a water monster you can shuffle back with Moray. So again, that's not terrible. Yeah, I'm not mad at having this at 3. It's actually been quite clutch. 1 Maxi, because the card's broken and needs to be banned. 3 Legendary Ocean to start off the spells. It just makes it so all of your Legendary Fisherman guys are normal summonable the turn that you draw into them with this card on the field. It's just really useful for that, and it gives you a little attack boost, which is nice. 2 more Ray of Greed. 3 gets a little cloggy. 2 is perfect. It's just, you need it. There's a lot of times when you just have, if you open up 2 Legendary Fisherman 2 and no Legendary Fisherman, you need this card. 2 Feast of the Wild level 5. This is your monster Reborn. It's just stupid. It's so good. I love that card. 3 Instant Fusion. 3 is actually pretty necessary. You want 3 because you have a lot of options in terms of it, and you play Pot of Desires in this deck because you're bad. So 2 Pot of Desires. I was playing this at 3, got a little much. 2 is decent enough. I might bump it up to 3 again. I don't know. I was liking it at 3 for a while, and then I didn't like it for a bit, so it's now at 2. But currently, we're at 2. 1 E-Telly, because having access to a level 2 tuner is actually really, really good. It opens you up to a few different options that you normally wouldn't be able to get to. So yeah, I really, really like this card. 3 Sea Stealth Attack. This card is stupid. It's so good. And this is the reason why we don't play any Link Monsters in the deck, FYI. There are no Link Monsters in this deck just because you really don't want to waste the resources for it. Sea Stealth Attack helps you get around that because it banishes your water monsters, and it's any water monster. And a lot of your synchros, a lot of your Xyz, and well, you don't really want to banish an Xyz monster, and your fusions are waters. So you want to banish them with this, bring them back at the end phase, and then you can banish them again during your opponent's turn if necessary to protect your spells and traps. Also, it's a really good battle trap, so I like it a lot. Finish off the traps, 3 strike, 1 warning for the Sombra Brigade. Pretty standard stuff. Now onto the extra deck. We're playing 1 Sea Monster of Theseus. This guy is actually like really key for the deck. It just opens you up to a lot of different things. And yeah. 1000 Eyes Restrict. This is a really old play. 1000 Eyes Restrict. You take your opponent's monster, equip it to it, and then you tribute over the 1000 Eyes Restrict. Pretty simple stuff, and you get out one of your opponent's monsters. 1 Invoked Rajan. Rajan's pretty interesting. He's a Book of Moon that you can just pay 1,000 life for. Still not sure if I like him or not. In testing, I actually needed him a couple times, so that's why he's here. But yeah, I'm not mad at it. You can bring him back with Feast of the Wild level 5 and tribute him off, so that's not terrible either. 1 Abyss Dweller, only water monster I feel like is, well, only Xyz monster that's a rank 4 that I feel like is super relevant in this deck. Yeah, he's pretty okay. 1 Red Eyes Flare Metal. It's very easy to make this deck. Usually it's a Kaiju and a Fisherman level 3 just to finish off your opponent. For the Synchros, 1 Coral Dragon. So useful. Love this card. Gets you an extra draw. It's a tuner. It's so good. 1 Bryanak. It's a water monster. It's an easy access level 7. That's why I'm playing it. 1 White Aura Whale. Yeah, this card's dumb. I'm surprised people don't see that it's actually that dumb, because especially in this deck with Sea Stealth, in combination with Sea Stealth, this card is stupid. So if you don't know what this card does, basically you need a water tuner and a water monster to summon him, which is why like he's not played in every deck. That restriction kind of sucks, but regardless. When he Synchro Summon, you can destroy all of your opponent's attack position monsters. This card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. Alrighty, that's pretty damn good. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing, so that's awesome. And if this card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect or by battle or card effect, excuse me, and sent to your graveyard, you can banish 1 other water monster from your graveyard, special summon this card, and if you do, it is treated as a tuner. You don't really care about the tuner effect, you just kind of want to bring it back from the grave because he's a beast. So he's got 2800 attack, he's nuts. 1 Trish, because there's some weird scenarios. You have a lot of leeway with the extra deck. You don't have to play these certain things, but Trish is just really good, again, because he's a water and he's feasible to make. 1 Black Rose, because clearing the field's always pretty good. 1 Ancient Fairy, because you play field spells and popping your opponent's field spells to search and gain 1,000 life, and then you get to special summon a monster is pretty good. People don't realize that this is actually like pretty relevant in this deck. Basically, what you do is that you normal summon the way you get this guy out is you normal summon Warrior of Atlantis while you have a Legendary Ocean out in the field. Instant fusion into Sea Monster of Theseus, go into Ancient Fairy, pop all field spells, search for another Legendary Ocean, activate it, use Ancient Fairy's effect to special summon a level 4 water monster from your hand, which, while Legendary Ocean is on the field, you can basically special summon any of your Legendary Fisherman monsters, so that's pretty damn good, and then you gain 1,000 life. So it's actually just really good. 1 Cyframe Lord Omega, because we're playing Gamma and Omega's broken. 1 Scarlight, because he pops the entire field. 1 Vermilion Dragon Mech, sometimes you need him. And finally, 1 Leo, because he's actually pretty easy to make in this deck, and he's non-targetable, and he's just a very hard card to deal with, and he is your Alta Masterpiece. So, with that, everyone, thank you for watching this deck profile. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and as always, guys, have a nice day.